Kevin Pitts. Dun, 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 dun.
Start talking.
Oh my God, you scared me. So how are you guys doing? Good. Well, I'm Jen Danczak. I was born December 26, 1991 at 4:41 in the morning. Just making sure.
Because I just turned the TriCaster button on the audio to sync the sound. Just wanted to make sure it was all synced up right. It's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. I'm so excited. Kevy. Where's Kevy? Where'd you go?
He left.
No, where'd you go?
Oh, that was that. I was here saying hello to people. I was greeting people.
You're weird. Hello.
How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Good.
You look warm and toasty.
That's good. You know what? The sun is shining, and so
For once.
it's a little bit cool.
Do you have those transition lenses?
I do, yeah.
That's awesome. How are you?
Good to see you again.
You too. Been a little while.
Okay, remind me again what we're doing?
It's about student loans
Student loans.
and how to turn it around and not let it affect you and becoming successful. So I figured you were a good person to ask.
Let's see, what's right here?
I guess, yeah. Well, it might fit in your,
Yeah.
yeah. And what he's going to be doing is he's going to just do audio checks in there, and then he's going to do the focusing and stuff to make sure it looks
Okay, now
good.
give me your first name again.
Jen.
Jen.
Yes.
Okay, I get you and Riccardi mixed up.
Kara.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. Jen and Kara, I get you two for some reason.
That's funny. Yeah.
And you're
I
both TV stars, so, you know.
Well, trying.
Right.
Eventually, hopefully. I want to be an entertainment news host, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got to go out to LA for that.
Yeah. Now, where's your hometown?
Medina
What high school?
High School. Medina High School.
Medina High? B?
When you're asking questions, when you're talking, try to move your arms too much so you don't.
Right, true.
But other than that,
Did you grow up in Ohio?
I did Berea.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were so close.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Now, are my shades unshaded yet? No, they're not. I'll just get rid of them. How's that?
Very snazzy.
Hmm?
I don't know how guys can layer so much. It's insane. You don't get hot or anything?
Keeps you warm.
Yeah, true. I'm always hot though. That's for sure. Did you watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
I did.
I passed out at like 10 o'clock. I was like, eh.
Yeah.
They're getting killed. Oh well.
Well, you know, I was thinking, how would you like to have been a company that paid $4 million for an ad in the fourth quarter, knowing the percent of the audience by the fourth quarter
Ooh, yeah,
was
it
down?
dropped.
'Cause
Yeah.
no one ever dreamed this game would be like that.
Wow, I didn't think about
Yeah,
that.
so
I saw that the Akron one was right before halftime.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, I saw that one. And I got the very last second of it. I was like, dang it, I wanted to see it.
mhm.
Oh, I hate my hair. Oh, well. Well, I appreciate you coming out and doing this.
Sure.
I really only have those 3 questions that I sent you.
Oh,
'Cause, I
I
mean, that
didn't
should
read
be
them,
enough.
so that's all right. I do better, just with honest answers
Yeah.
rather than
Right.
trying to.
That's good.
You know.
No big deal.
And what will this be on? Are you doing a whole documentary
Lights,
kind of
Lights,
thing?
Camera, Akron.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it. I interviewed Congresswoman Marcia Fudge about the student loans and like how it affected Congress and like all that. And then it's going to lead into this, like with a little happy ending or whatever, on how to turn it around. So that's really what I'm doing. I'm editing it all tonight. Lots of coffee.
Okay, now is this for a class or just for
ZTV.
the
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
Now, when you guys are on ZTV, are you getting class credit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's only one, but
Mhm.
it adds up because I do this every semester.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be graduating for a little while. Stinks.
What
This is my
year are
5th
you?
college.
It's your 5th college. Get out of here.
That's serious.
Where all did you go?
New York City. I went to FIT, Fashion Institute, and then I went to a different fashion school out there. And then I went up to, believe it or not, Ann Arbor for a community college. And then after that, I went to BG, got my associates, and now I'm here.
You'll get
Yeah.
it figured out. That's all right.
Yeah, it took me a little while, but oh well.
That's all that
Got to
matters.
live with the parents again.
okay, we are recording, so you can go ahead and give a 5 count and then go right into it.
5 count.
Yeah, just give a
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, whatever.
3, 2,
Sounds
1.
good.
How about just 3?
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming out today and speaking with us about this. So, how does one take the student loan crisis that they may have and turn it into something positive and being successful afterwards?
Well, I think pre-planning, before we get into the crisis, we've got to do a little bit better job. Our Chief of Staff, Candace Campbell-Jackson, here at the University of Akron said when she went to law school, they told her, you can live like a lawyer now and live like a student later, or you can live like a student now and live like a lawyer later. And what they were saying was that, hey, this is expensive. You have to do a lot of planning in advance. You have to understand that every place you can find to spend a little less at this moment in your life, you need to do that. So I think on the pre-planning and the financial literacy and the talking about it as families and students are coming to college and talk about all the things that will be temptations, all the t-shirts you might get for signing up for credit cards, all those things. I think we've got to do a better job of educating people as they come to college. And then we have to continue to talk about trying to leave the university with as little debt as you can. Now, we as a university have to do some things, I think. We have to make it such that it's easier to change majors and not have to start over. It's easier to get out sooner than we're having people get out. And it's easier to get some relevant learning, paid internship type things. If you look at our engineering students, for instance, granted they take 5 years, but 2 or 3 of their semesters are in paid co-ops that they don't have to sign up for any academic credit. And so I think it's a $55 co-op fee for the whole semester, and they're getting paid. It helps them knock down their debt. And so I think there's a lot of things all of us can do, but the best part about it is you have this now in front of the news all the time. People are talking about the debt problem. And I'm not sure 3 or 4 years ago it was being discussed. So what you guys are doing is helping in its own way.
Right, and what we need to do, I think, is not give in to Sally Mae and take out a huge loan, so we need the money now. But do you or any of your friends or colleagues have any personal problems with student loans before, or you knew how to plan ahead?
Well, I went to school 40 years ago, and it didn't cost what it costs today. But we didn't have residence halls that looked like the ones that we have now. We didn't have rec centers that look like the rec centers we have now. It was a little different time. I think what the consumer has demanded a little bit is this arms race to make everything look better. And we would walk down the hall and there'd be a shower for 25 people. Now in all the residence halls, 2 people between them have a shower. So we didn't have some of the built-in costs. Yet some of the students left with some debt, tried to minimize it. It was a different time, I think, in society, though. Parents back then were like, hey, Johnny, I'm not taking on any debt, so you work at the rubber factory here in Akron and go to school at night because, we're not going to take out any debt. So it's a whole different culture. But I think the awareness that people are starting to get that we don't want to start our lives out with the debt we're doing, it's going to affect the economy overall. If the debt lasts longer for students, they're not going to be buying cars and homes and things at the rate that they would if they didn't have that debt. So to me, it's a great discussion. It's a great reminder. You have to live within your means. We all want things, at certain times, but sometimes we have to hold back until, we can afford them. And we as institutions have to do a lot better job of getting everything set so that we can minimize that debt.
Right. No iPad mini for me. I really wanted one too.
There you go.
Well, besides planning ahead, is there any other advice that you can give students so they don't fall into this?
I just think awareness of when you're thinking about a decision financially is the awareness of the impact of it down the road. Sometimes when we do talk about taking out that loan, we need to talk about, okay, how long and at what rate is that going to cost? I know I had a son that went to pharmacy school, and he had gone to undergrad school and was out working and decided, I'm going to be a pharmacist. So it's like starting over. And, I had the means where I could help him, but we thought it would be a good idea if he understood the impact of his decision to change, and so that we wanted him to take some of those loans out, so he would understand down the road, and we felt if he was successful, being a pharmacist. He could afford to handle those. So he got done with pharmacy and he got hired and he's in a hospital and all that, and he gets his first loan thing. And he says, for 10 years, I've got to pay $800 a month. And said, yeah, remember we figured that out 5 years ago. But I think he was ready for it, and he was just, crooning a little bit after the fact. But it was good that he knew going in. He said, well, that's okay. It's going to be worth it because this is really what I want to be. So you have to go in with your eyes open.
I like that. I like that. I really don't think I have any other questions. You gave good answers.
Well,
I
thank
like
you.
it.
Thank you.
You're
Well,
good at that.
well, it's an exciting topic only because it's a tremendous challenge. It costs so much more to educate people. We didn't have computers and all that stuff and all the things that goes in to educating people now. Plus, when I was coming out of college, we were competing with our country. Now you guys are competing with the world. And so it costs more to get ready to be able to beat the world. And so this is a real topic, and I know as a university, the University of Akron, we spend nearly every day making sure we keep in mind that we want as little debt for our students as we can possibly can.
I like that. Good.
All righty.
Being a fifth college, I definitely need as little debt as I can. Well, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
All righty.
We'll just, can I